It's the 1st of October, and I have a question for you. How's your October looking? Because if it's anything like mine, you might be feeling like the pace has picked up overnight, and somehow your calendar filled up faster than your coffee cup. Welcome to Making Encouragement Chaos. I'm Susan Rayner, pastor's wife, homeschool mom, and your friend in the middle of the mess. If this is your first time listening, I'm so glad that you're here, and if you've been with me for a while, thank you for coming back. Now, this episode might feel a little more off the cuff than usual because honestly, I'm recording it quicker than I have recorded any other episode. Between launching a new business and prepping for a full month of events, it has been a bit of a whirlwind over here. I've got one farmer's market this weekend, then a 2-day event next weekend. I'm supposed to have a break the following weekend, but we've already got some things penciled in on the calendar. And then I have another 2-day event after that. It's a lot, but it's okay. In this season, I keep telling myself to lean more into God and what He has planned for me. But truthfully, it gets overwhelming. I mean, I am human after all. And sometimes I just have to back up a minute, take a deep breath, and remind myself to go one step at a time. So last month, we talked about rhythm shifts. And sometimes I have to take my own advice. I have to create ways to steady my mind. I'm about to get a little personal here. So this podcast tends to be more focused toward women because that's the world that I know best. So if you're a man and you're listening, I'm glad you're here, but just know I'm sharing from my heart as a woman walking through this season. So right now, I'm in the thick of perimenopause. And let me tell you, it has not been easy. The closer that I get to menopause, the rougher it seems to be. I have tried to be proactive by eating better, though bakery testing does not help, but I've got to do it. Moving my body, lowering my stress, and making time for self-care. And getting more sleep. I have tips on that. If you ever want to know them, just let me know. But there are still days I wake up wondering what in the world is wrong with me. See, I've got this little boy that needs my attention, and my brain, it's swirling like a cyclone. I'm trying to keep up with things that I can't because things are just going. I go to bed some nights beating myself up over all the things that I didn't get right as a mom that day. And then there's my husband, bless his heart, who wants my attention too, and it should be that way, and I'm grateful. But then I wonder, do I have anything left to give him? And then church, oh my. Church becomes another place where my to-do list hits me in the face the minute that I walk through the door. And I know that I'm not alone. Yet through it all, I keep coming back to this. Be still and know that I am God. And if you want to know where that's at, that is in Psalms 46 and verse 10, because it says, He says, be still and know that I am God. That means more to me than just trusting God to fix a situation. It means to literally be still. I've had to learn to stop. I've had to learn to stop, take time to listen for His voice. I've had to learn to stop and take time for myself. And I want you to hear me when I say this. There's nothing wrong with that. At a recent doctor's appointment, my doctor, he actually looked at me and he said, Susan, you do need to slow down. And I sat there thinking, is that even possible? I have this. I started going through my calendar. I have this, and this that I need to get done. I know because the moment that I sit down, my brain starts racing with 1,000 other things that I should be doing. But then I hear it again. Be still. So I make myself slow down, even when the schedule is full. Like today, my son worked really hard on his schoolwork, and even though this week is crazy, I stopped what I was doing. I sat on his bedroom floor for 30 minutes playing with his toys, And that's all he wanted, just time. Now he keeps coming to me and he's asking me, Mom, can you play with me again? Mom, can you play with me again? But I know there's some things that I do have to do and I do have to get done. But I am learning to give it. I am learning to give my time. And some days that looks like sipping on a cup of tea or taking a hot shower or soaking my feet in that little foot spa that I bought myself with some Epsom salts or some essential oils. Nothing fancy, just breathing. There are going to be seasons when it feels like there's too much on your plate, but it's up to us to make space to slow down. It's okay if it's not perfect. And I say that as a recovering perfectionist because I'm still working on that. We have to be the ones to step back, re-examine, and reset. So lately, I've also been reading through the book of Haggai, where the Lord challenges his people to stop focusing on their own busy houses and start rebuilding what matters. And that has convicted me. It has hit me really hard. I think part of being still is also getting back to the foundation God's laid. So if you're listening right now and your schedule feels like mine, it's too full, too fast, I want to tell you, it's okay to stop. It's okay to say, nope, sorry, not today, to something that doesn't align with your peace. My husband did something for me recently that meant more than he probably realizes. He saw that I was struggling and told me to just sit down and rest. He took our youngest with him for a bit, and that 1 hour made a world of difference. And you know what I did? I made myself sit and play a game that I hadn't touched in years, thanks to my daughter putting it on my tablet, Diner Dash. If you know, you just know. I'm just a big, huge fan. And I know that this episode has felt a little random, and maybe it's not as structured as usual, but I hope that you'll keep coming back anyway. I hope you'll find something here that encourages you, because some days I wonder if I'm reaching anyone out there. But then I remember, God sees my heart. He hears my prayers, and even if this episode is just for one person, that's enough for me. So if today's little ramble encouraged you at all, I'd love it if you would leave a comment, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more encouragement. I do my best to upload a new episode every other week, and you can always find more encouragement over on the blog at makeandmaking.com. And if you would like weekly encouragement straight to your inbox, sign up for my Stay Rooted email at the same link. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, I'm always praying for you, even if I don't know who you are. God bless.